What is up, guys? So I am currently 7 weeks post-op, and it's so crazy to me that I'm already this far along. These last couple of weeks, 7 weeks, have gone by so fast, and I'm so incredibly happy they did. I did not think they were going to go by this fast, but they did. And I'm going to be talking today about my 6-week follow-up appointment that I had last week back in New Hope. So when I first went from New Hope back to Minnesota to recover, I was a week and a half post-op, and it was the absolute worst trip of my life. It is so uncomfortable being on a plane for that long, having to dilate. You can barely sit down. The first week and a half, you're laying flat on your back the whole entire time. It's really painful to sit up, and I had to sit on a plane for like 5 hours that day, wait in an airport, and it just hurts. And I really highly recommend getting one of those donut cushions if you get the surgery and flying back, because I don't think I could have done it without that donut cushion. But my way back from Minnesota to New Hope was 10 times better. So I was 6 weeks post-op, feeling great. I was excited to get the release to hopefully go back to full activity and lower my dilation schedule. So I got into into Pennsylvania that morning. We got in at about 9 o'clock, and my follow-up appointment was until 4 o'clock. So we literally had all day. We had a hotel in Philadelphia because we were flying out early that next morning. It was just a quick 2-day trip. And me and my mom drove up to New Hope, and I'm still having to dilate 5 times a day. And the day before, I was going to my new job, and so I only got 3 dilations in that day. And then I only had 1 dilation in before I went to my follow-up appointment, which was at 4 o'clock. So I got there, and I was a little nervous about that. I knew that they'd probably be upset with me that I only got 1 dilation in that day and 3 dilations in the day before, because I've been really strict about dilating, and they're very strict about dilating, and they want to make sure that you're keeping up with it. So when I went in, I actually did not see Dr. McGinn. Dr. McGinn was in surgery that day, and that was the same day that our stupid president, Mr. DJ Trump, posted that we are a burden and we just cost too much. So of course Dr. McGinn was just being blown up. So I ended up seeing her PA, Bree, and I love Bree. She is just a great person. She's super funny. But anyway, so I saw Bree, and the first thing that she did was check my depth. And it turned out I did lose a little bit of depth. Right out of surgery, I was 5.5 inches. And then at my next follow-up appointment, which was like 2 days later, or 3 days after they checked, it was 5 inches, so I lost a half an inch, and it was at 4.8 inches when they just checked it now, so I lost 0.2 inches of depth. And really, I think that was just from not dilating before being there, because I have dots on my dilators, and here's the very beginning dilator, and I have to go to the 3rd dot. Now I can reach to this dot right here, so I know I gained depth. It's just from all the travel and being extra swollen from the travel and stuff like that. So I did lose a little depth, and she said, that's okay, that happens, but really make sure that you push as much as you can just to make sure that you regain that depth. And then she did some more inspections. Inspections just sounds like gross. And then she checked it out a little bit more, my vagina, and she found some granulation tissue. So what granulation tissue is when you go through surgery and you start healing, sometimes it doesn't heal like smooth, soft, like a vagina should be. It crystallizes, and it becomes rough like sandpaper, and you can actually feel it. And especially when you're having sex, especially if you're having heterosexual sex, a guy's not going to want to be feeling like he's feeling sandpaper in your vagina. That's just not a good feeling. So what she did was she took care of that, and it was silver nitrate, what she did, and they look like big, long matches, and what they do is they have a reaction in your body, and it cauterizes, and it burns all that stuff off. So she went in and burned it all off on the inside. I didn't feel it. I thought it was going to be painful, didn't feel it. And then she did it around my urethra because I had some granulation around my urethra as well. I did feel that. It wasn't painful, it was more tingly. She said that she said 70% of her clients that have it around the urethra, she said they never feel it. I was one of the 30% that felt it, but it wasn't painful at all. She just rubbed it and just felt some tingling. So because of that, the silver nitrate, and I did lose a little bit of depth. She said I had to continue on my 5-time-a-day dilation schedule for another week. And so basically I end tomorrow 5 days, 5 times a day for 30 minutes a time. And I am so excited. I get to move down to 3 times a day, and like going from 5 to 3, like, yes, I know 3 is still going to end up being a lot, but it's just going to be giving me so much more time back. Like, I literally cannot do anything before noon because I wake up at 8 o'clock, and I just can only do dilation from 8 to noon, and then I have a little time off, as I mentioned before, and then I dilate at night, and just a really pain in the butt. So I'm excited to go down to 3 times a day because that's going to give me a lot more freedom, and I'm going to be able to decide when I can, because I'm obviously going to have one right when I wake up and one right before bed, so that gives me like 14 hours to decide when I want to get that third one in. And so it's going to be super, super simple. And dilation wise, I have 4 dilators. They are right here. Let me try to pick them up so you guys can see the fronts of them. So here are my 4 dilators. Sorry, bad lighting. First you start with this one, and you try to get depth, and eventually you want to work your way up. I've just started with the orange guy right here, and I can only get to barely the first dot. On this guy right here and the blue one, I can get all the way to the second dot, and I can get to the third dot. This green guy, which is where I'm supposed to be, is at the 3 dot, unless I can go further, and that creates more depth. So yeah, this guy is just, honestly, he's huge. He's a big boy. So yeah, I've been working on dilation, and I'm so excited to get my life back and just dilate 3 times a day. As I mentioned in my previous video, I talked about how I'm really worried about sensation, and I don't have any in my clitoris, or a lot of the areas is down in my vaginal area, and that makes me very, very concerned because I wouldn't have had the surgery unless I was fully confident that I was going to have sensation. So I asked Bree about it, and she said that within her exam she saw that all the coloring and everything, she is fully 100% confident that I'm going to have sensation. So I'm really excited about that. And she said that nerves are just weird. It's not like a bone where a doctor knows it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to fix or to heal, or like a cut that's only going to take a couple of days to a week to heal. Nerves really take their time depending on the person, and for me, apparently that's been a little bit slower. To speed up that healing, and this is something that's kind of crazy, is she prescribed me testosterone. So all of Dr. McGinn's patients, she wants them to go on testosterone, and there's no scientific evidence yet that testosterone helps these sensate areas develop feeling back, but she firmly believes and found that in all of her patients, that when her patients are on testosterone, because right now my testosterone levels are between a 0 and a 10, and normal women are about a 60, so they're trying to bring me up to that 60 range, 60 level. And so she found that when they get up to that 60 level, her patients are more likely have more like active orgasms. And so I am actually back on testosterone, which is kind of crazy because it's just something that you hate for so long, because it just does terrible things to your body, and then you finally get surgery and you're not making testosterone and you're happy, but then you have to go back on it. And being back on testosterone, they said it also helps with your mood, so you're going to be much happier. It says that your libido is going to be much more at a woman's level, as well as you're just going to have a lot more energy. So I'm really excited to have that more energy, and higher libido and stuff like that. So some things that are interesting about surgery, and I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but I thought this is something you should all know. So I'm 7 weeks post-op, and I am still having struggles with my pee stream. Like, it sprays everywhere. I pee on the toilet seat. It does go in a semi-stream, but it's not like a crazy semi-stream. It's still like sprays. So I usually have to clean up. Another thing that I didn't really know before my surgery was that after you have surgery, you have to wear maxi pads for a really long time. I didn't know that. I thought you could just like go out and wear whatever you wanted and nothing like that. And no, you have to wear maxi pads. And Bree explained it to me, like, you know, girls, they go through all this time and having their periods and wearing tampons and maxi pads for a week at a time, and this is just our way to make up for that. She said that some trans people wear maxi pads for 6 months. I don't think I'm going to be quite at 6 months. A lot of my discharge has definitely, it's not as great anymore, so I think I could get away with not wearing maxi pads, but that's just something that was crazy to me. And she said that since I have a vagina now, things are just going to have discharge, so I'm just going to have little bits of discharge for the rest of my life, and that's just something that I never really knew, but that's just something that's going to have to become my new normal, I guess. As for life now, I'm so excited because I'm back at full activity. I went and skated yesterday, and it was amazing. I'm really rusty. I haven't skated in 7 weeks, plus I had a major surgery, so my body's still getting used to some things. I've been working out 5 days a week, not 5 days a week, every day of the week. I've been slowly building my way up, but I'm super excited about that, and it's just so nice to be active again on paddleboarding and, you know, just enjoying life. So my new normal life is just coming. It's coming slow, but it is coming. I really think once I drop down to 3 dilations a day, it's going to be that much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm guessing this is going to be my last video for a while. I might do a 3-month update. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if it's a good enough question, I am definitely going to make a video on it. I know I've had some people send me some very good questions, and I end up just making a whole entire video on it. So if you guys want to send me questions, let me know. Like I said, I'll try to email you guys back on Tuesdays. Anything else, just let me know. Have a great day, guys. Bye.